All right, welcome to Tabata. Welcome to Tabata. Just gonna share my screen for a few minutes while folks are coming in. Let me see if I can get to my other tab. Why can't I move this control bar? Here we go. All right. So just gonna leave this up for a few moments here. As folks are coming in. If you're watching from YouTube later, or if you're joining me live now, make sure you've got a good space to move around in. You really don't need a much bigger space than what a yoga mat would take up. No weights necessary for this class. We're all body weight. Just gonna leave this up for another 30 seconds more. All righty. Stopping the share here. Okay, one more thing before we get going. I'm gonna drop the Spotify playlist link in the chat. And if you're watching from YouTube later, this link will either be in the description, or you can visit our BC Fitwell Spotify page. And we have all of our playlists for our classes on there listed by date and name of the class. All right. Here we go. Spotify playlist in the chat. Before we get that going, welcome to Tabata. My name is Petey. I'm coming at you from Boston College Campus Recreation. Couple notes about this class before we get started with our warm-up. One Tabata is 8 rounds of 30 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We go through 4 Tabatas in this class, ends up being about 40-45 minutes of work. For today's Tabatas, we've got a cardio-themed Tabata that we're going to go through 2 times, get our cardio up nice and high right in the beginning, and then we're going to do a strength and core focused Tabata for 2 times. So again, 4 Tabatas total. We're going to end up repeating 2 different ones. So let's get to warming up. First things first, we're going to get that Spotify playlist started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it. And find some space. We're going to get started with a stretch today. So taking the feet out nice and wide, we want to stretch down towards the toes and then slowly walk your hands over to the right side. Hang out there. My volume's a little loud. So we just want to feel the stretch down the back of the leg. Glute, hamstring, all that good stuff. Walk those hands over to the left side. We've got all kinds of movements that we're going to do today, strength and cardio in all parts of the body. Walk those hands back to the middle and then bracing your core, go ahead and stand all the way up. We're going to go from here into a little torso twist. So take that stance in just a little bit. Release the ankles, let the hips rotate, find some rotation in the middle back as well. Start to think about your breathing. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth if you can. All right. Next up, we're going to warm up the hip flexors, taking the knee from the inside to the outside. So I'm just taking a couple steps in between each of these here. I want to try and take my knee up and over like a chair or a stool, whatever you want to visualize there. We're going to go the other way now. So take that knee from the outside in. Awesome. All right, next up, we're going to get into some body squats. So taking the heels outside the hips, just a nice easy squat down and back up. So we want to sit those hips back and down, press the knees out wide. We want to practice driving through our heels. Chest is nice and proud. Let's do 2 more here. And 2. Going to some arm circles now. So take those arms out wide. We've got nice small circles going forward. So we want to feel the heat kind of build up in our rotator cuff, shoulder joint. Let's go medium circles now, expanding that range of motion just a little bit. I'm trying to keep my lower body nice and light and loose. I'm shifting my weight around, moving my feet. Let's go nice big circles now. Try and find a stretch across the collarbone, maybe under the armpit. Really getting that full range of motion. Whew, I'm already getting out of breath. Let's go backwards with these big circles. And medium now. Now, if you squeeze your fists here, it's also going to help to warm up the parts of your arm beneath the elbow. So wrists, forearms, and nice small circles. Really build that heat. All right, shaking the arms out, shaking the legs out. Continue to stretch or move around anything that feels particularly tight, maybe sore. I'm going to go through our first 8 exercises today. So like I said earlier, we've got 1 Tabata, so 8 rounds that we're going to repeat twice. It's a cardio Tabata. Move number 1 is called an up-down. Looks like this. It's kind of like a burpee, but we're doing it a little bit differently. Take the hands down to the ground. You can either step or walk back into a plank. Jump or walk back into a plank. Jump or walk the feet back in. And then we want to use our hamstrings and our glutes to bring ourselves back to the top. So the big focus here is on kind of that reverse deadlift motion, really using glutes and hamstrings to power ourselves up there. Again, you can walk that as well. Exercise number 2, we've got a lateral step to a basketball jump shot. So we're taking a lateral step, jump shot, lateral step, jump shot. We can take the impact out of this as well. Step and then come up onto the toes. Step and come up onto the toes. We want to get the arms involved as well. Exercise number 3, we have a non-weighted kettlebell swing. So here's what this looks like. Heels right outside the hips. I like to use my hands to make sure I'm going in the right direction. I'm going to hinge my hips back nice and aggressively and then use glutes and hamstrings to glide the hips forward. So it's a nice powerful movement, hinging those hips back, keeping the heels on the ground. Whew, I'm already out of breath. Exercise number 4, we've got a 180-degree turn. So we're going to face the front, little jump turn, face the back, and then we return, just like that. Now, if you're taking the impact out of it, just flip it over here, quarter squat. Flip it back, quarter squat. So jumping option and a non-jumping option. Exercise number 5, we've got a broad jump to a back pedal. So nice big jump forward, land soft, and then take some small steps to reset your position. Big jump, and then taking those back pedal steps back. Non-impact option, big step, quarter squat, march it back. Woo! Be careful to watch the thing that's directly behind you. All right, exercise number 6, we're gonna do some wide high knees. So we're taking the knees out wide for a high knee run here. You can run this or you can march it. Just make sure that those knees are going out wide. We're gonna focus on external rotators here. And exercise number 7, we've got the football fast feet. So you can either run it like so, or you can make this a calf exercise. Keep those feet on the ground. Just lift the heels. Finally, exercise number 8 for our cardio Tabata, we have a hamstring curl. So you can keep your hands on your hips. You can get your hands involved, crossing the front of the body. The goal here is we want to take the heel back towards the hips. Keeping that chest nice and proud. Postural muscles are engaged. All right, let's do it. Cardio Tabata. I'm going to get our timer started. Woo! Make sure you've got water nearby. Let's do this in 10 seconds. Oh, just kidding. There's an ad. Close. All right, in 10 seconds, we're starting with those up downs. So that's the burpee with no push-up, no jump. Focus on glutes and hamstrings. 2, 1, let's go. Jump it back, jump it in, ground the feet, stand up. Now, you can think about using your core to brace this movement. So I'm pulling my belly button into my spine to make the upper part of my body nice and stable. Walking option right here. We're also getting the upper body involved, the shoulders, wrists. Nice work. 3 seconds. And time. Take that 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we have our side step to jump shot. Whew. Hands on the hips if you need some air. You can also take hands above the head. That's going to help too. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lateral step, jump shot. Lateral step, jump shot. There we go. Take these as fast or slow as you need. Keep in mind, we're repeating this Tabata. So if you're feeling it out this round, to go harder next round, that's cool with me. Walking option here. Just take it up to the toes. No need to leave the ground. 8 seconds to go. Nice work, nice work. My calves are burning. 3, 2, 1, time. Whew. Take that 20 seconds to rest. Whew. Next up, we have our non-weighted kettlebell swing. So if you even want to visualize holding a kettlebell to make your movement of higher quality, I'm cool with that. All right, 3 seconds, heels outside hips. 1, and go for it. So we're swinging without the kettlebell. We're squeezing our glutes and our hamstrings to drive the hips forward. Now check it on your back. Do you have a nice flat back the whole time? Make sure you're squeezing in between the shoulder blades. Whew. We've got 10 seconds to go. Nice strong swings. Shoulders are back. Core is braced. 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest here. Next up, we have our 180-degree turns. Whew. Again, hands on the hips if you need some air like me. If you're grabbing water, make sure to take sips. Try not to chug it. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Starting facing front. Spin and face the back. Come on back. Now, if you're jumping, make sure you're landing nice and soft so we protect the knees. Check it out. Non-jumping option right here. Quarter squat. Here we go. So with this non-jumping option, this quarter squat kind of simulates that landing movement. Nice work, nice work. 5 seconds. Time. 20-second rest here. Hamstrings, right? Already burdened. Next up, we have our broad jump to back pedal. So nice big jump, couple steps backwards. Again, make sure you're aware of what's behind you. 2, 1, let's do it. Broad jump, back pedal. Here we go. Broad jump, land soft, back pedal. Now I like to land with my heels just outside my hips with a little bit of a knee bend. So if you are on hard ground, I wouldn't even be able to hear you hit the ground. Walking option here. Big step, quarter squat, march it back. 5 seconds. Finish it out the round. 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest here. We're halfway through Tabata number 1. Ooh, we're more than halfway. Next up, wide high knees. Get some good breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Ready? Go for it. Wide high knee run. Remember, you can walk this as well. The most important part of this movement is that we're keeping these knees out wide. We're focusing on the external rotators. Good stuff, good stuff. Make sure your chest is nice and proud. I'm squeezing in between my shoulder blades. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Great stuff. Next up, we have our fast feet down low like so. If you're doing non-impact, remember, just take the heels up. Turn it into a dynamic calf raise. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice fast feet. Keep them low to the ground. Keep the hands at the ready. We're just barely taking the feet off the floor. I want you to almost think about springing back up off the floor as soon as you hit it. Remember, non-impact option right here. Press down through the balls of the feet. Take the heels up. You'll feel a burn in the calves at like 6 reps. 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Last exercise of Tabata number 1, then we're taking a break. We've got our hamstring curls. You can cross the hands up. You can keep it right here, either way. We're going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we are kicking the back of our hips here with our heel. Again, if you gotta take the arms out of it, that's cool. Good stuff, good stuff. So I've got a little bounce to it, but you don't have to have that. Totally up to you. Just gonna take that cardio up a little bit more. 10 seconds. Good stuff, good stuff. Try and involve your arms. Even if you're not on the beat, it's all good. As long as you're moving, I'm happy. Time. Awesome stuff. Tabata number 1, check. We are taking a 1.5 minute break right here. We want our heart rate to recover a little bit. Grab some sips of water if you've got it. Make sure to stay nice and light and loose. So try not to sit down. We want to keep moving around. Maybe take a lap around your space. Maybe be jealous of a sleeping dog. Yes. Shaking out whatever feels particularly tight. We've only got that Tabata 1 more time. Try and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth if you can. I know it's tough in the colder months where our nose is a little stuffy, but you do get much better oxygen intake when you breathe in through your nose, especially when you recover like this. Ooh. We're 1 minute into our rest. We've got 30 seconds to go. Heart rate should be feeling like it's coming back down. Should be able to say your whole name without taking a breath. We got about 20 seconds left. No surprises, you know what's coming. We're starting with up downs. All right, restarting our timer here. In 10 seconds, we're going to Tabata number 2. We got up downs first. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Jump back, jump in, reverse deadlift up. So actually think about this like a deadlift, like you're taking the bar off the ground right here and standing all the way up with it. Again, it's gonna help you visualize the muscles that you need to be working. Walking option here. Take the legs back, walk them in, stand up. Brace that core. Pull the belly button into the spine. Good stuff, good stuff. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Saved by the bell there. Next up, side step to jump shot. 8 seconds. Remember, this is our last cardio Tabata. We're headed to strengthen core next. 2, 1, let's do it. Side step, jump shot. Side step, jump shot. You want to try and roll from the heel to the toe when you make that jump. The calf is a really important jumping muscle. If you jump from your toes, you miss it. 10 seconds. Good stuff, good stuff. Staying with it. 3, 2, 1, time. Whew. 20 seconds rest. Hands here or here if you need air. Next up, we have the unweighted kettlebell swing. We're going in 3 seconds. Go for it. Push the hips back, drive them forward. Keep the weight in the heels, and I really want you to focus on keeping your core braced and back nice and flat. Here we go, here we go. Should be feeling the work in the hamstrings. They're stretching as you push your hips back, and they're contracting as you drive your hips forward. Time, 20 seconds rest here. Next up, we have our 180-degree turns. So whether you're jumping on the turns or whether you're stepping and quarter squatting, either way, that's awesome work. If you're jumping, try rotating the other way this time. Go for it. 180. Turn it to the back wall. Turn it back around. Oh, I am much less coordinated on this side. It's okay if it feels different. Walking option right here. Quarter squat. Little baby squat. We've got 10 seconds to go. Lay it nice and soft. Woo, balance. And time. 20 seconds to rest. Maybe shake out those legs. I don't know about you, but my calves are on fire. Next up, we have our broad jump to back pedal. We're in the back half of our last cardio Tabata. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Big jump forward, back pedal back. Try and land nice and soft. Good stuff, good stuff. Keep breathing. Walking option right here. Big step, quarter squat, march it back. Big step, quarter squat, march it back. Good stuff. We got 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. Whew. 20 seconds to rest. Moving right along. Next up, we have our wide high knee run. Now, I really want you to squeeze this muscle right here when you're taking your knees out wide. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and wide, nice and wide. Get those knees up. Whether you're marching or running, check out the marching option right here. I'm still taking those knees out wide. No matter which option you're doing, make sure your chest is nice and proud. Good stuff, good stuff. 10 seconds to go. We got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Take that rest. Whew. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Next up, we have our fast feed. Only 2 more rounds to go in this cardio Tabata. All right. Going in 3, 2, 1. Fast feet, fast feet. Good stuff, good stuff. Last 2 cardio rounds. Come on, Ernest, come do fast feet. Come on. Fast feet, fast feet. She said fast tail wag. Good stuff, good stuff. Stay in with it. We got 15 seconds. Keep working, keep working. Keep breathing. Whether you're doing impact or not, you're doing great work. 3, 2, 1. Time. 20-second rest here. We're headed into our last cardio round. We've got the hamstring curl, and we're gonna take a break. We're going in 5 seconds. Artemis, not the cords. Come here. Ready, set, go. Last cardio round. Hamstring curl. We're taking the heel back to the hip. Again, you can keep hands on your hips, or you can get the arms involved. Either way, keep moving, keep breathing. Last cardio round right here. This is like the precursor to skaters. That's where you'd be headed with this movement. 3 seconds. Time. Take a rest here. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back. We are done with cardio. Sip some water if you need it. Stay nice and light and loose. Take a lap around your area. While you are resting, I'm going to show you the next moves we have coming up for strength and core. Again, 8 moves. We're going to start with a sumo squat pulse. So I want the heels way outside the hips, way outside the shoulders. Toes pointed slightly out. We're going to drop the hips back and down and stay here and pulse. Woo! Okay, that's already hard. Exercise number 2, we've got a lateral lunge. Now for this one, I want you to take an even wider stance. From here, we're going to sink the hips back and down to one side and then to the other. This is why it's really important to get a wide stance. If you're too narrow, your knee will have to go over your toe, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep the knee in line with the toe. All right. Exercise number 3, we've got a tricep push-up. So for this push-up, hands are underneath the shoulders. so that the arms kind of scrape the sides of the body, right? So knees, toes, or knees under hips here. We want to make sure that the elbows are nice and close to the rib cage. Exercise number 4. We've got a little rotational wide fly. So even though we're doing this unweighted, it's good work. We're going to bend at the knees and the hips. I'm going to start with my hands down in front. And while one hand stays there, I'm going to open up the other hand as far as I can and then alternate. So we're building strength and we're also building mobility in some of the rotational muscles of your T-spine. Super good for functionality. Exercise number 5, the bird dog. Down in a tabletop position, we're extending opposite hand and opposite leg and then switching it up. The goal here is to keep hips and shoulders square to the ground. Exercise number 6, a good old mountain climber. Plank position, run an opposite knee to opposite elbow, as fast or as slow as you need. Exercise number 7, we're gonna hold a side plank and dip the hips. So we're going down and then back up to the midline. Can also do this on a knee. Down and back up to the midline. And then our last exercise, we're gonna do the side plank dip on the other side. All right, heart rate should be feeling pretty good. Let's head into some strength. In 10 seconds, we're going for that sumo squat pulse.
Hey, Artemis, come here.
And go for it. Sinking the hips back and down. We want toes out wide. Check out your knees. They should be right in line with your toes. Now check it out. Even though I'm nice and low, I'm keeping my back flat and my chest proud. Woo! Feel that burn. We got this. 8 seconds to go. Stay low, stay low. You're in it, you're in it. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Shake out the legs. Nice job. We're gonna go into our lateral lunge next. So remember, take an even bigger step out wide. Almost too wide. Like you kind of want to be thinking, this is gonna be too wide. 3, 2, 1. Weight in the heels. Hips go back and down to one side. We come back up. We go back and down to the other side. I always want you to push through your heels. Keep that chest nice and proud. If you can't get down very deep, that's okay. This is one that gets better the more you do it. Good stuff, good stuff. So I'm checking out my knee, making sure it lines up with my toe. 3, 2, 1, and time. Shaking out the legs. Moving to the arms next with our tricep push-up. All right, so remember, you can go knees, toes, or knees under hips for this one. 3, 2, 1. Hands right below shoulders. We go down and up at whatever pace works for you. Keep those elbows in nice and tight. Check it out. Knees under hips right here. It still is working the tricep. Plenty of options. You can rock them out on your toes. Rock them out on your toes. Good stuff. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Almost there. Time. Nice work. Shake out the arms. Next up, we're headed for our wide fly mobility move. So we want heels under hips, slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the hips. Hands start out in front of us. In 3, 2, 1, we want to open it up as far as we can. Take it back down and switch sides. So the muscles you're really going to feel are right here, kind of the side of the rib cage, under the armpit, maybe into the back. We're increasing our mobility and strength in a rotational direction. Anytime you're in the car and you turn around and grab something behind you, anytime you're seated in a chair, time. That exercise is awesome. Whoo! All right, next up, bird dogs. Down on the ground. in our tabletop position. Now, if this is too hard on your knees, you can flip this over and do it on your back instead. It's called a dead bug, but still works the similar muscle groups. Go for it. Taking opposite arm, opposite leg out, and back down. As we switch, make sure you're pulling your belly button into your spine, keeping the shoulders and hips from rocking back and forth. Keep breathing. Good stuff, good stuff. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth if you can. And time. Awesome work. Next up, we have our mountain climb. So I know people do mountain climbers in a lot of different ways. Do whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. If that's knees out wide, that's cool. If that's crossing them up, that's cool. If that's nice and slow, that's cool too. Go for it. So I've got my hands right under my shoulders, and I'm running opposite knee into opposite hip. Opposite elbow. Goodness gracious. Keep breathing. Keep those hips nice and low, no matter what option you're doing. Can also come down to your elbows if it's more comfortable. Good stuff, good stuff. Keep breathing. Time. Awesome work. Next up, we're headed to one side for a side plank hip dip. Now, if you just want to hold the side plank, that's cool with me too. 3, 2, 1. Coming out to the side, we're going to dip the hip down and then bring it back up to the midline. Now, as you're doing this, remember, I've got staggered feet right here. You can also try with one knee down. You can also go down on an elbow. Plenty of options for this move here. Your oblique should be on fire. Good stuff, good stuff. Keep breathing. And time. Whew. Who would have thought such a little movement burns so much? We're going to the other side next round. Hey, guess what, Tabata team? We're almost to our last Tabata. 3, 2, 1. Coming on up. We're going to dip the hip down and then bring it back to the midline. Down and back to the midline. Whatever option you choose is a great option. Make sure you're listening to your body. It knows you best. Keep breathing, especially as we get towards the end of the workout here. Really easy to forget to breathe. Good stuff, good stuff. And time. Whew. Take a second to shake it out. We've got a minute and a half break here, and then we're going to start that Tabata over. You're almost at your last Tabata. It's good stuff. You got 8 rounds of work to go, and then that's all she wrote. So we're getting that heart rate back under control. We're allowing some of our muscles to recover a little bit. We're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're taking some sips of water. It's not a bad idea. All right, staying nice and light and loose. We're about a minute into our rest. We've got another 30 seconds to go, and then we're hitting our last Tabata of the day. All right, in 10 seconds, we're going for that sumo squat pulse. Heels, outside hips, toes pointed out wide. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down nice and low, stay here. Yep. Keep the chest nice and proud, sink the hips back and down. Check on your knees. Are they doing this? If so, squeeze the outsides of your glutes to take them out. Oh my goodness. Sorry, she just crawled through all the wires to get over here. All right, we're staying low, we're staying focused. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. 20 seconds to rest. Taking that break. Next up, we have lateral lunges. Artemis, come here. Get on the, go. Okay, lay down. So, legs out even wider so we can get into that nice lateral lunge position. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Sinking the hip back and down, push up through the heel, switch legs. Chest stays proud. There we go, there we go. You may feel like you could get a little bit deeper this round, that's cool. You may feel the stretch on the opposite leg here, that's cool too. This is a great mobility builder. 5 seconds to go. And time. Shake out the legs. Good stuff. Legs, check. Arms, tricep push-up. That's what's next. Knees, toes, or knees under hips. All right, going in 3, 2, 1. Hands under the shoulders. Whatever option you choose is a good option. Try and keep moving the whole 30-second round. Whew. Knees under hip option right here. Also got knees and toes. Keep those elbows squeezed in nice and tight. And pick your chin up. Try not to look at your knees or your toes. Whew. Good stuff, good stuff. And time. Great work. Shaking out the arms. We've got our T-spine mobility builder up next. Heels, outside hips. Slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the hips. Back is flat. Hands out front. And go for it. Expand, contract. Expand, contract. Now at the edge of this movement here, you might feel a little activation in the back. That's your lats trying to help you out here. That's good stuff. Stay with it, stay with it. 10 seconds. Nice work, nice work. Finishing it out. 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Sneaky bird right here. This is your serratus anterior. We want that to be in good condition. Next up, we have our bird dogs. So coming down to our tabletop position. We got 4 rounds to go. We're almost there. Go for it. Opposite arm, opposite leg extends out, comes back down. Squeeze that belly button of the spine. Try and keep your hips from rocking side to side. Awesome work, awesome work. Keep breathing. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And time. Take a rest here. Next up, we've got mountain climbers. Last round, you gotta do these. We're in our last 3 rounds of class today. All right, we're going in 3 seconds. Mountain climb. Remember, you're running this in at whatever speed feels good for you. You should be proud of what you've left on your floor today. Whatever floor you're working on. Good stuff, good stuff. Stay with it. Dig it deep. Awesome work, awesome work. We're almost there. And time. 20 seconds to rest. We've made it to our last 2 rounds. Side plank, hip dip. We're going in 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Whatever side plank option you choose. We're taking the hip down and bringing it back up to the midline. We want to be careful not to send the hip up too high. Just going down and back to the middle. Now, if you just want to hold this side plank, that's okay too. You're still activating this oblique over here. Whew. Stay with it, stay with it. We're almost there. And time. 20 seconds to rest. Coming up on our last round. We're going in 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Last round you got. Finish it however you choose. Hip dip, holding the plank, stacked feet, staggered feet, down on an elbow, down on a knee, whatever you want, as long as you keep moving. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Awesome work, awesome work. Feel the fire build in this oblique. And time. Awesome stuff. Quick pat on the back. We're gonna finish with some stretches here. Awesome, awesome work. First stretch we're gonna do is this one. We're just taking our toes, like point your toes so that the tops of your feet are down on the ground. You're just gonna sit back on your heels. Get a nice little stretch in the quad. If you're super flexible, you can take it back this way. But if you get any pain in the lower back, don't do that. Whew. Reestablish that breathing. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're gonna come up on one knee next, lean forward into the stretch for a good hip flexor stretch. Take a moment to be grateful for what your body just did. That was awesome, high intensity interval training. 4 different Tabata sets. We worked all parts of the body today, both in cardio and in strength and core. Switch legs here. Ooh. All right, go ahead and make your way to a standing position. Woo. We're gonna stretch out the hamstrings. So taking the knee out in front or the leg out in front and pulling your toe towards your knee so that the back of the leg here is nice and straight. And switch sides. Taking the other leg out, pull that toe up towards the knee. Whew. A little tricep stretch. Elbow up above the head, use the other arm to help it out. And other side. All right, shake those arms out. Big neck circles, one direction and then the other. Thank you so much for joining me today for Tabata. My name is Petey. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, requests, anything like that, shoot me an email at petersrx@bc.edu. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day.